Hello everyone, my name is Arun. I'm Solutions Architect MCT working with Novin Tech, which is one of the best organization to work with. This is my channel and today we are going to talk about Endpoint, described Microsoft Defender for Endpoint. So let's try to understand this, what all features is there for Endpoint. So we understand what is Microsoft Defender. We've been talking about MS Defender a lot in few videos, in few previous videos. In the previous, we saw Office 365, and here we are going to protect the endpoints. So let's see. Let's suppose there is this hacker. Okay, hacker is sitting here, and this is our laptop. Okay, and this hacker will try to access or hack our laptop. That's what his aim is. So this is our hacker. All right, and this is our endpoint. What is this? This is our endpoint. Our endpoint could be your laptop, your server, your PC, anything. All right, but this is protected by Microsoft Defender for Endpoint. All right, only then you can protect your laptop. All right, now let's start with this story where hacker, let's call hacker something, or let's call him hacker, decide to target this endpoint or maybe anything, any endpoint, any server that belongs to the organization. How they will try to hack it with the weakest link into this laptop or the employee's laptop. So what he will do, this guy will try to send, let's suppose, email or phishing email, right? So that it can get into this laptop. So let's go step by step. All right, so I'll do one. What the hacker is doing, hacker is trying to send the malicious email, let's suppose, okay? So once the user opens the mail and downloads the attached attachment, maybe the Excel file, and the file has some hidden macros that tries to run malicious code. That's the goal. That's the idea of the hacker. So what it will do, it will send malicious email. But here we have Defender for endpoint, right? So what will happen? Defender for endpoint will do something for sure, right? So what Defender for endpoint will do? It will, it has this feature called attack surface reduction. Okay. Attack surface reduction. Attack surface reduction, or ASR. Not Azure Site Recovery, because we're talking endpoint. So related with the attack surface reduction. This feature of Microsoft Endpoint will blocks the macros immediately. So what would happen? The malicious script will never run because Microsoft Defender for Endpoint blocks it with the help of attack surface reduction feature of Defender. So the first one is this one just got failed. Okay. Now what will happen? This guy will try again because they are like that. They keep on trying. They keep on trying. So what they will do, they will see, okay, so your whatever protection you guys are using, because hacker doesn't know that you are using MS Defender for endpoint. That's why he's trying again. Then he might be thinking, why not try like a 0-day malware? Maybe the protection that we are using in our organization do not have the idea about the 0-day malware, right? So that's what he tries to do. But what will happen here in Defender for Endpoint? Because Defender for Endpoint has next gen protection, which is powered by Microsoft Global Threat Intelligence, that we have learned about it many times in previous videos as well. Microsoft Global Threat Intelligence, which keeps on updating. It doesn't wait for the update. It is always updated on real time. So it identifies this new ransomware and blocks it before it can encrypt your files. So resulting this endpoint is still safe, and this one is also failed. Now what will happen? Hacker wouldn't give up. This guy will definitely try something else. Now this will try a silent intrusion or maybe file less attack, because all those files were getting tracked and blocked. So what he's doing fileless attack. Somehow he got some kind of maybe credential or something. So what he's doing, he's trying to do the fileless attack by running unusual PowerShell commands remotely at midnight, so that he could save. Nobody can see what is happening in their laptops, things like that. So what happens here? Because we are using Microsoft Defender for Endpoint, it has a capability of EDR, which is endpoint detection and response, which runs 24/7 and detects the suspicious behavior as well, and builds a timeline of how the attack started and alerts the SOC team. So it will again protect your endpoint, and security analyst can see the full attack chain in the portal. So EDR can also suspicious behavior because the laptop is running some strange PowerShell command in a wrong time, which usually doesn't happen. So EDR can understand this is something not normal. All right, so this one is also failed. Now what will happen? The guy is still trying to do something. Now attacker keep on doing something, 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 right? Attackers keep on attacking. Doesn't matter day night time. So that's the reason we have something called in Defender, which we have already seen, is automated investigation and remediation, AIR, right? We have already learned about it. Automated in Office 365, we also had this automated investigation and remediation, correct? So this thing is there, which will help your SOC team. It scans the network, finds other devices showing the same, maybe the same, this fileless attack like PowerShell activity, and isolates them and removes the malicious process so that they can contain the spread before it goes, start the little movement. So it has something called AIR in the endpoint. These are all are the features of Microsoft Defender endpoint, which will help us to protect from these kind of attacks. Now, there is one more thing. The uh, because we don't wait for the attack to happen so that we can improve ourselves. There is something called a organization secure score for devices, which shows improvement after patching and ASR policies were enabled. This is the ASR. If this is blocking some things, accordingly policy will be updated. So secure score guides the IT team with recommendation like enabling BitLocker or anything which is relevant to harden the security. So devices get stronger, making the next attack even harder. So this is secure score recommendations, which always comes with the MS Defender, right? We have already seen this piece. All right, now all these signals that is coming from Defender, we can send all of them to the MS Defender portal XDR that we have already described earlier. That will also help us to protect our environment. But now, along with all these things, there is one more thing that I should highlight here, which is TVM. Now, what is TVM? TVM is vulnerability management, threat and vulnerability management. Now, how come this comes into the picture here? Because this guy was trying to exploit the weakness, right? Now, what is this weakness? This guy, in all the cases, trying to exploit the weakness. Now, what is this weakness here? If you dig further, when you blocked all these things, you may find out there is not patched, maybe. Okay, not patched. So you will patch the machine, or maybe misconfiguration. Maybe some rules were open. So this guy trying to exploit the weakness, but TVM, the threat and vulnerability management, this system finds the software flaws, misconfiguration, missing patches, What it does, it proactively go ahead and finds the weak points on the devices like unpatched software, insecure settings, or missing updates, so that hacker, uh, before even try to exploit any weakness in your environment, you guys are full proof, like you can save yourself, right? So that's what the TVM does. So all these features will help us to protect our environment with the help of Microsoft Defender for Endpoint. So if we need to just summarize all these things that we've been talking about, so let's start with attack surface reduction. What is surface reduction? Well, this thing reduces the areas where attacks can strike, as the name says, attack surface reduction. So what happens? It blocks common attack paths like macros, scripts, or unsigned applications. So most malware sneaks in using these loopholes like word macros or PowerShell abuse. So this will take care of that piece. Now, next gen protection that I've already explained, this is Microsoft Global Threat Intelligence, powered by this. So it updates on real time. So traditional antivirus waits for daily updates, but next gen protection always blocks the new ransomware and even 0 day malware instantly, because it is getting updated, getting the data all over the world. This global threat intelligence. Then we have EDR, which is endpoint detection and response, right? EDR. So it detects advanced attacks that bypass antivirus and show full incident timelines. Not all attacks use files, as we said, fileless attack, right? So not all attacks use files where you're sending through the malicious email or 0 day malware. Sometimes we do fileless attack, not we, like hackers do. So you need deeper behavioral analysis. That's what it helps us to do. It has that behavioral analysis thing. It will do the behavioral analysis and blocks the unusual activity if there is an unusual activity, and also gives you the timeline, the attack timeline in the portal, like phishing email, PowerShell, lateral movement, all those things will be provided. Then we have a automated investigation and response. This is, we need to prepare for it. We need to configure like what all things we want to do automated. So it uses AI to investigate alerts, find scope, and take action automatically where we have the say. Of course, attacks spread fast, so automation reduces response time from hours to minutes. For example, malware found on one laptop, AIR auto investigates, finds three more infected devices and isolates them. Okay, so this is very much needed. And secure score, this is the USP of our Defender, whether you have the paid one or unpaid one. A security scorecard for your devices with actionable recommendations. So it helps prioritize fixes to improve the overall security postures. For example, it will say you need to enable BitLocker or your systems are not patched or something like that. Then we have threat and vulnerability management that we talked about. Actually, this should come first because this is proactively find all those weaknesses and patching them and clearing them out. And after all, we could say sending all that information to the Microsoft Defender portal, which is XDR, and helping overall security of the environment. Because we don't only use the endpoint, we also use Office. So we also have like Office 365, we have Defender for Endpoint, cloud apps, identity, vulnerability management, all those things that we have talked about in the previous video. So that gives the holistic view and security for of the entire environment. So I hope it was informative and you guys enjoyed it. Well, thank you for watching and you guys have a wonderful day.